Today I'm sewing a thong style lace underwear. The pattern for this is something I self-drafted. To start off, I'm cutting the side lace piece. Once that's cut out, I've used that piece to cut out the second piece, matching the lace detailing to get a mirrored effect. With both side pieces cut out, I'm moving on to the front of the underwear. I'm cutting this out in the same manner. I'll start with one half and then use that piece to match the second half. Here's all the pieces laid out. The cotton gusset will line the lower portion of the underwear. The stretch mesh will line the front of the underwear with the lace pieces on top. Then we have the back thong piece, which will meet at the lower edge of the front. After this is both side pieces going on the left and the right. Working with the front of the underwear, I'm matching both pieces right sides together and pinning. This will be sewn together with my serger. I don't show it in this tutorial, but to make for easier sewing, I am hand basting my pieces together along the seam line before taking them to my machine. Once sewn together, I remove the hand basted stitch. With the front pieces sewn together, I'm pressing the seam line to one side using a nylon setting. To line the front of the underwear, I'm using a stretch mesh that's placed on the back side of the underwear. I'm sewing both long edges down with a zigzag stitch. Once the front piece is lined, I'm ready to sew on both side pieces. The front piece will overlap the sides. I'm meeting the sides over the zigzag stitch on the mesh lining. This is then sewn over top with another zigzag stitch. To finish off the top edge of the lace underwear, I'm using fold over elastic that I've dyed to match. Folding the elastic over the top edge, I'm pinning that in place. Like the other steps in this project, I've basted the fold-over elastic to the top edge. This is not necessary, you can sew it however you want. Once I take this to my machine, I'm using a zigzag stitch. After that's sewn in place, I'm removing the hand-basted stitch. Using a nylon setting, I'm pressing the fold-over elastic waistband edge for a smooth finish. Like with the waist, I've used fold-over elastic along the thong edges to finish the sides. This is placed right sides together on the bottom edge of the underwear. I'm sewing that on with my serger. With that done, we can line the underwear with a knit cotton gusset. The gusset is placed right side against the underwear with the wrong side facing up. I'll be sewing that with a straight stitch, back stitching at the beginning and end. I'm pressing the seam I just sewed with a nylon setting. Once that seam is finished, I am able to flip the gusset to the right side. This will conceal the seam line. The gusset will then be sewn down on the long edges with a zigzag stitch to hold everything in place. I forgot to do this sooner, but I've serged the top edge of the gusset. To finish the waistline, I'm matching the two back edges right sides together. I will be sewing these together with my serger. The back edge has been pressed to one side, and I've also used a straight stitch to tack down the fold over elastic so it doesn't pop out. The final step is meeting the back thong piece to the back edge. I'm centering the thong piece along the seam line, and then using a zigzag stitch to sew it into place. This is the final look. Thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to see more tutorials like this, let me know in the comments below.